Morning, everybody. We are back. We are back. The show is called TBR Solutions Sports Forum. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm with together Last Born Tshepang Last Born, how are you doing?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Shabalala, and to the viewers out there. And yeah, thanks for having me this morning.
I can hear you clearly now. Perfect. You know what? It's Saturday morning. I'm in Windbank, Malahleni. So we have an activity here to do. So very soon I must go and change, and then so that I'm ready for my presentation with the audience that are here, which is quite good. I've been in Malahleni these days. Tuesday I was again here talking to SADU leadership. Yeah, so it's like now I'm staying here now. Now, look, let's talk about this. This is the only topic that I want us to discuss. Cristiano Ronaldo, he made headlines. Piers Morgan interviewed him. Well, the relationship between the two seems to be very, very good. So probably that is why I agreed to the interview with Piers Morgan. And Piers Morgan has made it no secret that he's a Cristiano Ronaldo fan number one. So yeah, but it's very good. But what I would like to indicate, that guy is a very good interviewer. I like the way he asks questions. He's very good. He's very good. Now, last one, let me ask you, what's your take? What do you think about this?
Okay, first things first, I could say I think when that interview was done, it was more strategic when it comes to Ronaldo. It was more of him. I think this was the only way for him to maybe leave Manchester United, you know. That's why I'm saying it was very strategic. And look what's happening right now. Legal action is being forced against him. It looks like he's being forced out of the club. They are saying as well, even after the World Cup, he shouldn't even come back to Carrington. That's where the clubhouse is. He shouldn't come back to training. He's been suspended. These are the things that they are saying. His pictures at Old Trafford, they were taken down yesterday. And it seems like in January he will leave, Man United. So I think when it comes to that, it was more strategic since he wanted to leave. And secondly, I mean, him being open about, Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag as well. I think that's coming was brewing. It's been brewing because of, if you can look at everything, the things that he was saying, but they are actually true. When Paul Pogba left as well, when Zlatan left the club as well, Di Maria left when they were there, they actually said the same thing. That's what's happening in Manchester in terms of what's happening behind the doors. That's why there hasn't been any improvement, and we always think that it's the players. Well, these certain players are the ones that are a bad influence in the club, but now it has come across that they've been all talking the same thing, saying the same thing about the treatment that they've been getting and the things that are happening behind the closed doors. So I mean, it was very bold for Ronaldo to take that interview, to take that step. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is what I think. That was his own opinion. I think he's got every right to speak up. He had to speak up since he wanted to speak up, and this is what it has come to. So yeah, it's a very but a sensitive matter, I could say, for both parties.
Are you saying strategic, or it was a question of him probably having reached a point whereby say I'm fed up, enough is enough, then I'm gonna speak out. I don't know whether should I call that strategic,
But
I think everything has been boiling in him, and then he wanted to, and then that is why, he went for somebody whom he knows that is very sympathetic towards him. He'll be more comfortable talking to him. So I don't know, is that strategic or
it's strategic.
Cristiano here, because the
Yes.
mood that I read, because what I did, I checked throughout social media from all quarters, former players, what is happening in England. They said the fans are more towards now Eric Ten Hag than Cristiano Ronaldo. In fact, they say the fans are at a point whereby they feel he has to leave the fans. All right. So now that worries me in terms of how strategic is that. But I listened to the second interview. He always says he respects the fans. He loves the fans. He loves the team. So maybe after this second interview, maybe the fans will change their views. What's your take?
Okay. Two pointers. When I say strategic, it's strategic for him to actually wanting to exit the club. So by this, we can see that he's already heading out. They are already closing the doors for him, and they're saying that he shouldn't come back. These are the things that we're reading. These are alleged news that we were seeing that apparently after the World Cup he will not be allowed back into the club. Legal action has been taken against him and the club as well. So he might leave in January during the summer. These are the things that we're seeing. Second thing, um, it's not just him, but other players as well came out. They were talking about the issues regarding, what's happening behind closed doors in Manchester with the owners, the directors, and how they are being treated. And with others, I could say, Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, they just spoke about it in passing when they had already left the club based on how they've been treated. But Ronaldo actually stood up and spoke about it whilst he's still there. Him saying that the club hasn't changed ever since Alex Ferguson left. The club hasn't changed. That should actually tell you something, that there isn't any sign of improvement or anything, which is true. Yes, the fans can be behind Eric Ten Hag because of I could say the improvement that we're seeing right now. The man, how he's carrying the team right now, yes, he's headed to the right direction. The team is doing well currently. Yes, they'll back him because of what's happening when it comes to the team. But the player as well, the player first things first, Ronaldo complained about one thing that the beginning of the season he had a crisis of his child, which he lost one of his child, which they were twins, lost one of his child, and he needed some family time. But the directors apparently they thought that he was making stories up and then he's making excuses not to come back to the club. Hence why in the beginning of the season, we were all seeing that Ronaldo wants to leave Man United. Ronaldo doesn't want to come back. But no, he says that he needed time. He needed to be there for his family based on what's happening and what happened regarding the loss of his child. So they didn't understand that, but he said that he was bold enough to move on. But these are the things that actually added to his frustration on that they didn't care about him. No, they don't care about his feelings, but they just care about the results and they don't care about the players. So, when he starts labeling such things, I don't think he would lie about such things because that's what I'm saying that even other players came out saying that at the club, the Glazer brothers apparently, they're saying that the Glazer brothers that they don't care about the players. All they care about is the numbers and it's about the progress of the team, but the players. So these are the things that kind of contributed. So him speaking out, he was speaking out his mind. He's speaking the truth, and I guess
I hear the point, but now let's get it here. If you say maybe he wants to leave, I'm getting the news that Man United were ready to release him in the first the previous window period. They were ready, but unfortunately, no one was prepared to buy him. No one was interested in him. Let me put it that way. All right. So it's not a question of they were blocking him. I think they wanted him to move when they realized that, you know what, maybe here we made a mistake. All right. He's not going to play the football that Eric Ten Hag wants. That's one. Secondly, let's put everything into the correct perspective. Ronaldo is the first one who said I want to play Champion League football. So I don't see myself yet Man United. I want to join a team that is in the championship. And then they started to talk to him. It's not that they started it. He started it, according to the reports that we have. He started it. Do you disagree with that one? He's the first one who want to leave.
No, I don't disagree with that one. What I'm saying is, yes, on that matter, he did say yet again in that interview that people were lying and journalists were lying when they were saying that there isn't any club that wants to sign him. Apparently, Mendes, which is his agent, he did say that they've got a lot of offers, even from big teams. Even Man City actually wanted him at the beginning of the season, before they even signed Haaland. But they blocked all of his transfers and they were frustrating him, which is what he said. So it was all lies when people said that no team wants Ronaldo. But he did say that the offers are there, big teams were there, including Liverpool was there, Man City was there, Chelsea was there. They wanted to sign Ronaldo, but Man United blocked the transfer. So now a player like him, he's not playing now anymore. Eric Ten Hag prefer to start Ronaldo. He puts him on the bench. So what happens? The player gets frustrated. Why wasn't he let go at the beginning of the season? Gary Neville did say that they should have let him go in the beginning of the season because now he's not being used. So this is what happens.
But let us be fair enough. Tuchel, Chelsea said, I don't want him. Sorry about that. He said he doesn't fit to my philosophy. That's Tuchel. And we hear PSG, they issued a statement that no, of course, Ronaldo is a big player, but it's not what Bayern Munich focuses on. Bayern Munich focuses on the system than an individual. So now I'm saying we had those things. Like Tuchel, we heard it from him, and then Bayern Munich, and then I think it was Khan. I think he's the sporting director. He said, no. We love Ronaldo. He's a good player. He's a great player, but we don't think he'll fit into our system. So it's not that these stories are being created, all right? And look, I'm not saying what you are saying is wrong, but I'm saying we should also balance the stories from all angles. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, and say, isn't it that he started it by insisting that he wants to leave? All right. And I think some of the interviews, he confirmed himself that he wants to leave. He don't see himself playing in the Europa Cup. All right. He wants to play the Champions League. All right. And I must say, what I did, I also watched another interview of him with Piers Morgan again, while he was still playing for Juventus. A very good interview. That's where I saw Ronaldo that, the man has got good principles. And I take off my head for him. Got good principles. The first thing that I liked, he said, while he was still young, he grew up very poor. Then there was this McDonald's, and they would go there. There was two ladies there that would give them Big Mac. All right. And then he said, I'm still looking for those two ladies. I can't get them. And then he made an appeal in the interview and said, please, I want them to come have lunch with me. And then I'm very grateful what they did to me at that point. That was my low point. And then, but they came up, and he even said, I want to give them something, but he did it quickly. I think it's strategically avoiding for people flocking, claiming to be those two girls. All right. And then there I saw that, oh, this guy's got a very good character. And then he went further to say, they were asking him about his son. He said, my son never suffered, Cristiano Jr. And then you see me, I suffered a lot, and I want him to suffer because if he suffers, he will learn a lot. Because if he gets things easily, he's not going to learn anything. He said, I took him to where I grew up in Madeira. And then he was sharing a room with his 3 siblings. Very small room, very congested area. He said, I took him there. I said, Cristiano, this is the room Daddy used to sleep. He said the boy could not believe because the boy grew up in an environment of opulence, in an environment where there's abundance. And then he said, I'm worried. He's not going to be hungry. Why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I'm hungry. Do you understand? So for me, that shows that he's got a good character. But I still believe, me too, that you know what, if you experience poverty, you become stronger. Children who are grow up in a very comfortable homes, they don't grow the strong character. You see, but people who grew up in a poverty-stricken environment, you know, 2 things will happen. Others, they will turn into gangsters. Others, they will, they will become stronger. That will strengthen them. And I also believe in that, that the harder you get things, the harder you become a better person. So that I liked. I liked what he said. I said, so this guy is got it. And then he said, I want him to suffer. I don't want him to, to get things easily. All right, because I want him to be hungry, And then he also talked about the youngsters at Man United. He said, no, I don't see hunger in them. Everything is easy, and then that worries, But the other thing, you have people like Rooney, Gary Neville, they all criticize him for what he did. So if really it was a strategy for him, and then they also showed a video. I don't know whether that video was tempered. I'm not sure about that. Whereby Ferdinand, no, not Ferdinand,
Fernandes Bruno, yes.
yeah, Bruno trying to shake his hand. In fact, he shook his hand, and then he moved. They made an issue that no, he was cold, in response to towards Bruno. But I said no. For me, where I was standing, I said no, man. They just want to create something out of nothing. Sometimes it happens out of, I'm in a rush. Hello, Cristiano. Then I move on. Doesn't mean that. I could not understand why was it an issue. I don't know. Those are some of the things that I picked. You see, but now let's understand what's going to happen now, because in Saudi Arabia they wanted him and they offered him mega money. He didn't want to go there. He still want to play in Europe. So we'll see what's going to happen. This is not good. This is not good. Great players, when they leave the stage, they need to be respected. They cannot leave the manner that is what is happening to Cristiano. I saw it with Jomosono at Pirates. Jomosono, when he left Pirates, it was not a good thing that he left. And I mean, Pirates was Pirates because of him. So Ronaldo has made Man United a major club. Well, Man United has always been a big club because it has always bring stars, but Ronaldo put it to another level. But for him to live like that, it's like us seeing Messi living, in a very unceremonious way, and hence I still believe that Messi should go back to Barcelona. They must give him a very befitting farewell. I'm happy that Laporta is talking about the statue in Camp Nou, and I hope Man United will do the same for Cristiano, or even Real Madrid for that matter, for Cristiano. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no. Just to summarize that matter, you spoke about principle. Ronaldo. yeah, he's one disciplined and very principled guy. When I was hearing that interview as he was talking, the man is just disciplined and he abides by his own principles, and which by me saying that is his principles are always positive, not negative.
Mm,
So
mm,
there's a system and there's a way on which he does things, and I personally I don't blame him for making that interview and for the things that he has said, because he was basically speaking out based on what's happening. You
mm,
know, I even saw there's an NBA player that spoke out as well 2 weeks ago,
mm,
talking about treatment he's been getting from his club and stuff like that. And
mm,
he actually got banned from the club and he got stripped off from the club, but he was
mm,
just speaking out, based on
mm,
things that are happening. So when a
mm,
big player like him, as you did say that he is a
mm,
big player, Ronaldo is
mm,
a big player, he
mm,
needs to
mm,
speak up, and which he did. And people should actually respect that, because of there's a lot of people that are not on his caliber, and he has done a lot, in the world of football. And so for a player like him to be mistreated, or maybe people may misquote him, then it's
mm,
up to them. But it's totally not fair, because
mm,
I think he deserves all the respect that he actually should get, and he actually deserves the respect. So I totally don't blame him. And as well as if it's his time to leave Man United, then it will be his time. But I mean, I think they will know what an impact that he has brought.
mm,
We should be talking about the World Cup right now, but we've been
mm,
talking about Ronaldo for the past 2 weeks. So
mm,
this should actually tell you something about the player, that how big he is. So, but personally, I don't know, but we'll see as time goes. But he actually spoke about it even yesterday, that Sky Sports are actually just milking this thing. They're making, I could say a lot out of it. The English media, he did say that to capitalize and make money out of it and try to spin things the way they want to spin it. It's okay, but he's just speaking the truth. So, but you can tell that he actually has moved on and he
mm.
just wants things to be over, and he has actually spoken his mind.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I need to move on. I need to rush for other things, but thank you for coming. And then I also thank the people out there for watching. As I always say, your time is very important, so we cannot take it for granted. So continue to ask others to subscribe, and people like and comment. Thank you very much. Just bid them farewell, last one.
Yeah, thank you very much to there. And to you also, Mr. Shabala, thank you very much. Have a safe trip at Emalatleni and yeah, with the show.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.